The UK and the Crown Estate have massive ambitions for offshore wind in terms of tackling climate change. Equally, we're ambitious around thriving communities. We know that there's a green skills gap because our ambition is massive, and we really need to make sure that it's our local people, it's people from those communities who can help and drive forward our offshore wind industry.
That's why we've partnered with the Sea Ranger Service. They're an incredible organisation. They run a sailing vessel, they recruit young adults from deprived areas, introduce them to the marine space.
So the idea of the Sea Ranger Service has always been that it's a social impact because we bring jobs to young people in coastal communities, but it's also an environmental impact because we're actively managing and restoring nature in our oceans and along the coast.
I want to become a Sea Ranger to start feeling like I'm doing a valuable thing to improve the environment.
I've always loved the ocean. Studying marine biology at Swansea, afterwards I couldn't find a job because I didn't have the right experience. I've now got the skills and the knowledge to progress. It's really shoved me out into the world and put me in good stead for the rest of my future.
What makes the Sea Ranger Service unique is that we are a social enterprise. So that means that although we're a company, any profits, any focus is entirely on creating that social value for those coastal communities that we work in. And that strongly aligns with the Crown Estate. So that's where we found ourselves in starting this partnership. So for the Crown Estate, we carried out pre-development surveys for the offshore floating wind in the Celtic Sea. And this meant that Sea Rangers essentially observed wildlife, observing the flight heights of birds, observing marine mammals, so different dolphins and whales.
I think it's an opportunity to understand more about the interaction between the offshore wind farm and the marine environment.
For me, what was most useful was learning how to observe wildlife, and now I can transfer those techniques into the future.
To go to sea, learn how to sail, learn how to work as a team and experience the marine space, I think has awoken their hearts and minds in how important it is to look after that space and protect it. Super proud that at the Crown Estate we could do that and make that happen.
Out of nowhere, there was this bluefin tuna just rocket up out of the sea and then splash right down. It was a massive fish, just huge. I've never seen anything like it.
So I'm an eternal optimist, so I feel very good about the future and what's coming. It's, I think, inevitable that the world is changing and that we see big challenges ahead. The question is, how do we respond? The notion that we put young people central in this solution, that by training and deploying them as young professionals, they're the ones that ultimately can make a difference. I think that opens a real, genuine hope for a better future.